Hey everyone, you're watching Andy's Fishing and Wild Cook. Today we're down on a coastal flat on the ocean to do some foraging, and it's a very low tide. These videos are best made when it's really low tide. You can tell it's low tide because right down here there's a coral, and they're not usually out of the water. Check this out. That there is a live coral, and they can only handle being out of the water for maybe an hour or two at the max. So that's really cool. I'm hoping to get some really cool underwater footage. The reason to go out when the tide's so low is because we'll find stuff that isn't usually accessible by foot from the land. But I reckon we should find some interesting critters. A lot of people ask me how I get my underwater shots, and it's basically just a camera on a stick. That's all it is. We've just entered the shallow bit where the tide's still going out for another hour or so. And we should be able to find some interesting critters. Something is happening here. Yeah, something is pumping out mud there and there. Don't know what that is. We're not going to dig them up. Look at that. See that? It's pumping water, mud and water and sand up. So that's probably some sort of prawn, shrimp, yabby, crab. Don't know. Constantly scaring little fish out of the shallows here. Whoops! Something just went in. There's, I think it's a cod or a stonefish. Look, there he goes. Oh, he's way too fast for me. Actually, he's just stopped there. I think that's a stonefish. Let's get this camera out. So that actually does look like a stonefish. I can just make his outline out from here. Hopefully the underwater camera will pick him up. And what I really don't want to do is step on that guy. I'll get him to move by getting really close. There he goes. And he's just gone in there, somewhere in here. Trip to hospital if you stand on a stonefish. But that's cool, I don't usually see stonefish here. Up here we've got two baby black-tip sharks. I'll see if I can get in the water and film them now. He just hit it. That is wild. That is wild. The shark just bumped into the camera. Oh, I've never seen that before in my life. That's cool. I've just spotted something over there. It's about 50 meters away. I'll try and zoom in on it. But we're going to have to go and have a look at that. It looks really, really cool. It's a pink coral. I don't know if this camera is going to pick up the colour there, but it is super pink. Okay, this is cool. I was hoping to find one of these. This is a sea urchin, and I think it's the long spine sea urchin. See that black mass there? These guys here, there's like, I think there's 900 different species of sea urchin in the ocean, and yeah, I reckon we'll take him. I haven't eaten one of these guys for probably close to a year. And yeah, I'm looking forward to trying it. There's actually another one over by the rocks there, a much smaller one. We'll just take one big one. I don't want to eat too many of these things. And actually, you know what? It's not just one in the rock, there's a second one further in. I'll show you that. There we go. They tend to all hang out in a similar sort of area. These guys are really interesting. They've got their mouth at the bottom and the bum at the top of their head. And I don't know, those little dots are probably fake eyes or something like that. But that's cool. These guys are pretty easy to pick up. You got to be a little bit careful. As soon as you touch one of their spines, all the spines move. You just have to go slow, and as soon as you touch a spike, just move away from it and grab another spike. So I want to grab 2 or 3 spikes. There we go. That's him. There we go. We've got him out of the water. Look at that. And he's actually quite a heavy one. Oh, I'd say he's going to be good to eat. That got me. There we go. We've got a massive sea urchin. He's actually a really nice size, that one. We'll take him back to shore and eat him. There we go. We've got him nice and secure. Put him up here nice and high and dry so I can deal with him. The blood coming out there, and there's a black spot. It's not too bad. Can feel it. It won't come out. They've got a really like serrated spines. But what we'll do is we'll grab a little bit of coral, and before he does me any more damage, we're just going to knock all his spines off. Can you see the iridescent blue right there around his bottom? So that's the top of him, and that's actually his bottom right there. And then if I turn him over, that's his mouth there at the bottom. So mouth at the bottom, bottom at the top. And yeah, you can see hopefully you guys can see the iridescent blue dots running down there. Yeah, good size that one. Look at him, big as my hand. Okay, here we've got a mangrove ray. That should be a good shot. He's right in clean water, and here he comes right past my feet. There he goes. See you, mangrove ray. Oi, off he goes. I'm seeing a lot of little fish in the shallows here. Oh, I can see one sitting in the weed, just looking straight at the camera. Oh, there he goes. That could have been the top of wrasse. Okay, we're getting out a little deeper, and this is a cool find. Does anyone know what this is? Ooh, he's a bit soft. Look at this. That is a sea cucumber. I don't know if we're allowed to eat them, so I'm going to let it go. I've got a feeling we're not allowed to eat them. Nice golden colour on this guy. Put him right back where we found him. Don't disturb him. There he is. Beautiful. That is a cool find. I like that. And you'll notice too there's live corals under these weeds. And that could be anemone or soft coral. Not sure. But what I'm doing is I'm walking on this mud section. The dead coral in the mud section. I'm not walking on this sort of live stuff here. And have a look at this here. There's another sea cucumber. It looks like exactly the same species. I don't often see these when I'm walking around. You usually see these when you're snorkeling. Like I said, I'm not sure if we're allowed to eat them or even collect them or anything. So we're not even going to pick that one up. We'll just get a bit of footage and then we'll move on. Okay guys, I can see something in here. It just looks very, I don't know, streamline. I'm going to say it's a moray eel or a shark or something. I can't see what it is. It could be a fish. I'm going to get this camera and we'll stick it right in there and have a look. Let's go in the back here and see what it is. Touching it now. Oh, I think that's a shark. Yes, I think that's a shark. Like a lemon shark or a... I don't know. I don't think I can grab it from the side. Is he? I'm definitely thinking that's a shark. Not sure I can get the camera in there enough to see him. There he is. There's a tawny. I think it's a young tawny shark. I think that's a tawny. Let's see if we can grab him. And we're staying with him. I might be able to get him here. Oh, had him. Oh, as soon as you touch him, he takes off. That is a cool critter. Yeah, I'm not going to get him, I don't think. Nah, he knows he's onto the game now. Oh, I did actually have my hand on him. There he goes, he's off. That was cool. That was way cool. Woohoo! So here's that pinky purpley coral. Hopefully the colours are coming out, but that is just amazingly vivid. That is wild. That's cool. Wonder what he's got on here. Ooh, that's just a bit of mud. Hey? Oh, you don't want that on there. The waves would probably wash that off. It could even be a bit of algae growth. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway, but yeah, look at the colours on this guy here. That is cool. You shouldn't leave sea urchins too long, so eating them as fresh as possible is the best way. Just use my knife and open him up, I'll show you that. So I'm just going to use the back of this knife and crack him right around the centre. I think that does him. Alright, let's have a look inside him. You never know if they've got roe until you open them up. And what has he got? Okay, he has very underdeveloped. I'm not sure this is going to taste much good. It could be okay. It's very dark. The last one I ate was yeah, quite light coloured. We'll give him a wash in this little rock pool here. There's actually quite a lot of sand and grit in there. Now let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't look that great. Definitely looks like the roe here. So I think that's the roe. I'm like 98% sure that's the roe. I'll just take us a little bit of it. It is the roe. Taste of the ocean. It's actually not too bad. I thought it might be bitter or something because it's so small. Yeah, that's not bad. It's been a while since I've eaten this. This time I've dried all the salt water off it, so you get the flavour of the roe more. It's like a taste of the ocean, slight eggy taste, and also like a shrimp or prawn flavour in there as well. That is quite nice. Yeah. So here's the other 4 pieces of the sea urchin roe, and as you can see, it wasn't very much. This was very underdeveloped, and in my research for this video what I'll do is I'll find out when the best time for sea urchin is, because it's obviously not now. We're in the start of July in Australia, and to me these are very underdeveloped. They should be plump, lighter colour. These are, yeah, skinny, brown, and hard to get out of the shell. While I ate the rest of the sea urchin roe, I wish they were more plump. I'll give you a little bit of advice. If you don't know what something is, don't kill it. Take a picture of it, go home, do a little bit of research, see, 1, if you're allowed to eat it, number 2, whether you can eat it and it won't kill you, and 3, what size it needs to be. I get people asking me that question all the time. It's like, oh, can I eat this fish? And it's obviously dead. Yeah, if you catch something, see something, take a photo, remember what it looks like, do some research, and yeah, you might save yourself some, yeah, stomach pains, trip to hospital, or yeah, a fine. Anyway, this isn't terribly bad. It's quite nice. But I am going to find out, actually be on the screen here now, when the best time for sea urchin is. My guess is it's going to be probably just before October. The full moon in October is when the coral spawns, and then there's a lot of nutrient in the water. So that's when I reckon sea urchins will spawn. Anyway, should be written right here. They're actually tasting really meaty now, which is interesting. Look at that. They look like little bits of liver, which I don't like liver, but yeah, these taste pretty good. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. It actually helps my videos a lot, and if you watch 2 or 3, it's even better. If you want to check out a really cool 2-day solo 60-kilometre offshore adventure, you can click up there. And if prawns, oysters and salmon is more your thing, check out that video over there. It's had over 700,000 views. Thanks for watching.